Oh my gosh, you guys, the doorbell just rang. Well, it went and I didn't even, Jack was coming. I can't talk. Can't talk. Okay, so y'all, some of these things you have to pre-order. It's easy to forget because, you know, I think I ordered this in September and you're talking about 2.5 months later. Hi you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin. Today we have a very special video because I had an unexpected order come in last night. Like, I knew the grapevines were coming from Ison's at the end of the month, but it's also like rush for Thanksgiving, and you know, it's like prep this, run that errand, do that errand, oh I forgot this thing, bathe the dog, you know, all those kind of things. And my husband walks in the door from work and he goes, "You have a box here." And I said, "No, I didn't order anything. It must be for you." And he said, "It has your name on it with live plants. I think it's for you." Yeah, that probably would be for me. So anyhow, and then I saw the side of the box that said Ison's, and I was like, my vines showed up, yay. So anyhow, let's cut to the part where I was unboxing them last night, and then we'll come back because I really didn't have my head on straight. I couldn't remember all the varieties I ordered and the specifics of those varieties. So let's cut to the unboxing, and then we'll come right back here and I'll tell you a little bit about each variety. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. This thing is taped up good. I don't know if you're interested in seeing how grapevines are shipped. I don't think I've ever shipped any to myself before. Not live ones. I mean, just ones from the store. Oh my. Oh, look. Okay, this happened with my what was it? The nectarine. They shipped it with this sort of a jelly weirdness, but it holds the moisture in on your plant. Plus the plastic around it will help too. Oh, look at them. And the vines look really good. You know, I'll try to remove this as much as possible. I think that's part of it. I think there's instructions. I need to read the instructions. But the varieties are, let's see if I can get them all out at once. Okay. So Black Beauty, that's a black one. Darlene, that is a blush? I don't know. I don't remember. Yes, I think it was a blush. Then Granny Vale is a green. Ooh, I got a mosquito. And then, which one is this one? The Supreme Plus. So this is like, there was a Supreme, but now there's a upgraded one, Supreme Plus. One of these was commercial. One of these was supposed to be a little older than the others. I bought one that was like a 2 or 3 year plant, and the other ones were like 2-year-old plants. Okay, so I've got some work to do ahead of me before we get these in the ground tomorrow. So this is Supreme Plus, which is the only one that I ordered that was a little bit older than the rest. This is more closer to like a 3-year plant, and you can tell because it's like an extra foot taller than everybody else. It's like 5 feet tall here if I put it all the way to the ground. So some of the stats on it, straight up, Supreme Plus is known for its big clusters. It is a big dark grape. It is a mid-season grape. It is a female, which means it has to be within 50 feet of a self-fertile vine, another vine. It has to be, it can't pollinate by itself, in other words. It needs a self-fertile, and I don't think there's anything, I've never actually seen a male grapevine. I could be wrong on that, but it's self-fertile or females. So anyhow, I have this one, which is a female, and she is going to go over by my Concord and Niagara grapes on the edges of South Garden. I have some wire that goes up top, and I already have the which one is it? I have the Niagara going across. I'll bring you over there. I have the Niagara going across the top, and the Concord's going down the walkway into the chicken coop area. So those are both self-fertiles. So this is a very good match with the self-fertiles over there. And it's a little bit taller and longer, so I'm going to strap it up that white 4x4 and get it in the ground, and it should do perfectly right over there. And I don't know what's going to happen in the spring. I don't know if these will be enough to the other ones have been in the ground over a year and a half at least. I think so. And they came with little blooms on them. I don't remember if they bloomed in the spring or not. I don't think so. I don't know. They were working on the root system pretty well. So anyhow, maybe this coming spring I'll have blooms or even fruit from them as well. So that's why I wanted a little bit bigger vine for that area. So this is Supreme Plus, and it looks to be a wonderful little vine here. They've given me some options. I'll cut what I don't want, but I'm definitely gonna go with this tall, long piece all the way up to the top. I'll probably cut these sides off. Well, I'll probably make them into spurs. That's what I'll probably do. Okay. Oh, let me see. And I don't think I finished all the stats with that. I made a little handy dandy note. So big clusters, edible skin, 22% sugar, and it seems to finish up mid-season, which is perfect because I don't know when the Niagara and Concord are. By the way, they tell me that they're not really supposed to work here, but because I put the shade cloth up every summer, they seem to just skim right through in our summers. It's done 2 summers and it didn't die. So I feel very blessed, first of all, and then secondly, that those will probably work in Florida, at least where I am. Okay, let's move on to the next variety. Well, right up top here is Black Beauty, right here. This is also another very dark grape colored skin on it. It's also an edible skin. It has 23% sugars in the sugar content, and so people just love eating it fresh and stuff. As you can see, it's definitely a year younger, so probably won't expect too much from it, but I know exactly we're going to create a new area for 2 of these vines, and then the 4th vine will be in the old area where I lost a grapevine. But anyhow, that's what I know about these. Did I say it's a female? So it has to be by the self-fertile. So where it's going is still within 50 feet of the Concord grape. Maybe even 50 feet of the Niagara. Maybe. That's stretching it. But definitely close enough to the Concord to be fertile. Then I have, let's go, well, this one's on top here first. This one is Darlene. Now Darlene is a female. She is bronzy, very, very the coppery colored type. This one looks like it broke right here. So this, even though I wanted to keep that, it's definitely damaged. So I can't use the one big branch. Unfortunately, I don't know if I did that or just did it coming out of the box or when they, who knows? I don't know. It was probably okay with them. I probably did it. Let's put it that way. It's 22% sugar. The flavor is unbeatable on the Darlene. And so she's very large. In her season, her fruit gets finished early to mid-season. So that will be pretty cool. I'm going to match this one probably with the Black Beauty at this point. I'm thinking I'm going to put up 2 4x4s and then string wire between them, and so I'm going to have 1 grape on one side and 1 grape on the other side, and so I have to find a match for that Black Beauty, and I think this is going to be it. Okay, and that is also a younger vine. And the last one here, as I mentioned earlier, is a Granny Vale. Now again, you can see this is definitely like a 2-year-old or less. It's only a couple feet high. Boy, I sure do like this one. That would go great on my trellis. I don't know. Anyhow, let me give you Granny Vale's stats. So again, she's self-fertile. She can pollinate all these females around here. I also have the Summit muscadine, which is a female. So we want to have it kind of close to that one as well. This is the heaviest producer according to their website. It is very bronzy green, more green, with the brown speckles in it. It is a mid to late season. So I don't know exactly what my Summit is, although it doesn't totally matter. But this will probably pollinate it, has to kind of coordinate with that. So 18, not that sweet. This is only 18% sugar versus like the Darlene had 22% sugar, and the Supreme had 22% sugar, the Black Beauty 23. I'm repeating myself, but I'm just making sure I got the stats on to you guys. But anyhow, it is super heavy producing, so I thought it'd be a great pick, and it's a different color. I want to have a variety of colors as well, and a variety of different flavors. This one, you know, maybe it's not the sweetest, but maybe it makes great juice. Maybe it makes great something else. I don't know what I was thinking, ordering 4 muscadines, plus I have a 5th, and then I have 2 other Concord and Niagaras. I'm not sure what category. They're not muscadine, but I have a lot of grapevines. I'm probably tapped out with what I need for grapevines. But I knew the Summit, I lost my self-fertile that was next to it, and it needed a self-fertile to help it pollinate on the Summit. I didn't really think about the Concord and Niagara until I got into this whole Ison's website thing. But anyhow, let's go and kind of space these where they're going to go, or get them in the ground where they're going to go, and then we'll close out this video. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is going to be the home to the Supreme Plus. Right here, I'm going to put it on the corner and then tie it up to the 4x4 here. And so let's do that real quick. But here's the long one. So we're going to put a couple different ties in. Okay, yeah, since it's already dormant, I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3 spurs and clip that. Then 1, 2, well, this one's kind of getting long, so I'll cut it the second spur. And that'll be where the new growth comes out this spring. I'm going to cut that one all together. So that's great. Now let's make some decisions down low here. Okay, well, I can tell you straight off, I definitely don't want to encourage this one. Well, this one's so low too. I don't think we want to encourage this one. I wanted to like it, but we really shouldn't. And then we're just going to keep going up. I'm going to leave this as a backup. And then what are we going to do? We're definitely going to take this one off. I'll have 2 backups. And I'll just kind of train them this way. But I think in the end, depending on how well this roots in, I think I'm going to end up taking this one, maybe even this one. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to leave them for right now. You can always take off more later. You can't put them back after you've removed them all. Just for good measure, I'm going to tie them in this direction so they don't learn to grow outward. That's a mistake I've made before. Of course, you know, when you're new, you're going to make mistakes, but I've learned. I want to get them trained this way towards the post. Okay, now let me show you also, now that that's done, let me show you these other guys. This one right here is the Niagara. So I haven't trimmed anything yet, right? Look at the Gulf fritillary. Are you guys fritillaries? Fritillaries? What are you guys doing? You're making babies. Go away, not on camera. So again, this plant's a little bit older, the Niagara, and it comes up here, and I used to keep all the little side things. Now I don't do that now. And so it has two. It has this one as a backup, and then it had this one which actually did really good, and we made the curve. Now this one will probably get cut after it goes into full dormancy. It'll get cut for the spurs right here. But I actually got it to try. When I got it up here, it was only here, and that was this summer. So just this fall, it is put on, still growing really well right here, and I love that. And so anyhow, we'll see what the spring brings for the Niagara. Let's walk over here to the Concord. Okay, so I see something I gotta do. Okay, so this is my Concord down here, and it only has one, and it comes up, and I was originally training it to go to the top, but I have all this business going on with the passion vine too. So I decided at one point, I don't think it was on camera, I put in a wire right here, and I thought, wouldn't that be lovely to have the grapes growing across the handrail? And it does go all the way over to there. So I rerouted this vine to go here, and I'm actually pretty pleased with it. So again, this is self-fertile, and that one is self-fertile, and so it will be helping me with fertilizing the Supreme Red over there. No, the Supreme Plus, I'm sorry. Okay, here we are, kind of in the food foresty area. Got my hole that Buddy dug for me last week, still there. So I have this great little piece of grass that I mow all the time every week in the summer. And I'm thinking, if I put a line, a grapevine line fence right here, this would be great, excellent for a lot of sun. At least for now, the fruit trees are not blocking it. I am gonna lop. I noticed this peach is just so happy. It's gonna need a good prune after it fruits. So I'm thinking, okay, Black Beauty like here-ish. The vines will grow out about 15, 20 feet maybe. And then, do I want the Granny Vale or the Darlene? I think I'm gonna do the Darlene right here. Let me think about that. Granny Vale is a self-fertile. These are both females. No, I think we will probably want, well, that's self-fertile there. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the two females right here. That way the bees can either go to the Concords and pollinate this way, or the Darlene's gonna go over here, right? No, the Granny Vale's gonna go over here to help pollinate the summit. And it can use both these major branches on the trellis, the arch trellis, cattle panels. Okay. Sometimes you just have to think things through really slowly, and I'm sorry if that's a painful process for you, but it's necessary. Okay, visually I wanted to see about if these are both 8 foot, and so if I take 1 foot away and double it, that's about 15 feet right there. I wanted to make sure I had my measurements pretty good. I didn't want this side sticking out too much, so I might actually push everything 1 foot inward. Let's do that. Okay, I like that a lot better. I just need enough to get the lawnmower around. So let's do this. it's hot out here today. Okay, I'm just going to get these vines all going upward. So this is very temporary. Again, I've got to build the whole fence, everything. But we're about to leave on vacation. Probably on vacation by the time you see this. And I just don't want anything to dry out while we're gone. And I want them to, you know, have a good chance of success. You know, eventually we'll be back here and Buddy will be out here, and I want to make sure that he doesn't damage anything either as well. Okay, like I did before, I'm definitely going to cut like this one and this one. And then I have two going in the right direction. This one we're going to leave some spurs. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay. We've got one more to go, and then we can start watering these in and be done with this video. I've got a lot to do before vacation. Okay, so this is where my green grape was, and I did get green grapes one year, but I really just don't think traditional grapes are supposed to be growing in Florida. And so yeah, it didn't even have good root system in there, but it tried its little heart out. I think we'll have much better luck with the muscadines. Now the only problem is this is not going to be full sun, or even I think the partial sun is going to be a stretch too. It'll get better in summer as the sun gets higher in the sky. It'll be better. So I'll you know, it'll be better for that. And again, it'll be a muscadine. That'll be so much more helpful. Those little I don't know what you call them, the things they packed them in that kept them moist, mostly have either dehydrated or just stayed behind. So anyhow, I kind of like the way it's angling this way. So my granny Val, again, self-fertile, I'm going to keep reminding myself and yourself that. It's going to be right here by my summit. And, need a little, I am putting a little biotone in it just to help the root systems get going. Ah, stinky. Okay. Okay, you guys, here's where we're gonna make some cuts. Get rid of that all together. This one too, because it's just going in the wrong direction. I like that one. Let me think this through. This one, this one could be an extra. Okay, wrong direction, wrong direction. This is too many one spot. So, okay, so there we go. We have two options on the left. Now what are we gonna do? Well, this is an easy choice. Let's get rid of that. I'll keep one spur there. I think I'll keep a spur or two. This one seems to be stronger, so we'll cut that side. And then, what am I gonna do here? Should I just cut the whole thing? I hate to do that. I think that's what I'll do. And then just, it's kind of weird. Ugh, I'm gonna have to tie it. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, cut that. 4, 5 options. right, you guys, it is actually getting really hot out here. I bet you it's hit in the low 80s by now. So I wanted to end with the vine that's right over my head, and that is the Summit muscadine, which does produce, but it produced less this year than it did the year before when it had the grape next to it. It had the self-fertile over here behind you guys where we just put the granny val. And so it didn't produce that well over here by itself. And then I also have the jumbo on the end, but it's never done really good. And the vines are kind of mixed between the yellow alamanda and the Summit. So it's hard for me to point it out to you, but it only made like a handful of grapes. So everything's suffering without a self-fertile vine over this way. So that's why we have one here now, and we have the other two on the other side by the chicken run. But anyhow, this one has done amazing. It loves its life over here in the food forest. It's gotten to go a little wild and crazy. I trimmed it back really well. Oh, it's in the process of losing all its leaves. It's, oh, of course, nothing will come off right now. But the walkway here, maybe I could just point it out to you. The walkway right here is just littered with leaves that are just coming off of it. It's fantastic. And part of the life cycle, right? You know, and they'll all come down. And then sometime January, maybe February at the latest, but December or January, I like to try to go ahead and get my prunes in. If I have enough time in December, I'll do it. If all the leaves are gone, I'll do it in late December too. It just depends on if, you know, what's going on, how much company I have, if I'm traveling. I think I got to it kind of late this spring, but not so late where you got to do it before the sugars, I think that's right, go up into the vines to start producing the leaves and the fruit and the blossoms and then fruit. And so you want to be sure you prune your grapevines before that. There's so many good videos out there. Even my last video from the spring about how I pruned it is probably has more explanation on that as well. I made this wonderful bridge across, and it did fantastic across the bridge, and it's even starting to go down my blackberry area. This is my blackberries, the bottom three, and then the top was just supposed to be to hold like a not a shade cloth, but just a protective cloth to keep the squirrels. This is like squirrel highway right here. Keep squirrels and birds off of the blackberries. But anyhow, it looks like my Summit has decided to run for it, which I'm going to probably prevent that. I'm probably going to stop it right at here and, you know, just go with what we have here. Those vines are probably easily at the 20-foot mark over here. Easily. So with that said, I hope we have done all we need to do to prepare for a really nice spring flush of leaves and blooms, and then hopefully we'll get some more fruit this year. We did okay with fruit, not great. The year before was great, better, and the one before that when I had all this, I think I had over 20 pounds of grapes on this vine that is no longer. But anyhow, it is what it is, and we just keep replacing whatever's not working and try to find something that does work. And I do know that Ison's muscadines do work here. You know, I really don't remember where I got the Summit from. I got the Summit. Yes, I do. I do remember. I got the Summit, the Jumbo, and the Lachua, which died. I got all three of them from the Ace Hardware in Titusville on US 1. If you're there. So they do sell some good varieties. I would say the Summit was our best tasting and the best producing. The Lachua died, so, you know, I probably wouldn't reinvest in that again. The Jumbo I heard wasn't a great flavor, but it wasn't awful either. It just didn't, it's competing too much right over there. Okay, so that's it. I've been a little long-winded. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Give me a thumbs up, helps me get this video spread out to even my own subscribers. Sadly enough, YouTube is not what it used to be. But you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.